Hi, my name is Beata and I am a guide to Source. I wanted to share with you my experience yesterday. I was asked for a favor and I felt no. I felt like I didn't want to sacrifice my own needs and desires for someone else. And in that moment when I said no, I felt that my no was not received. And it almost felt like the energy of manipulation. I'm not saying the person manipulated me, it's just like how I received it. For me, what I've also learned and realized that in healthy communication and relationships, when we ask someone for something, we need to acknowledge that whether we receive yes or no from them, we will be okay either way. But if we have an agenda and only one answer is correct and the other will make that person upset with you, angry, resentful, it means there is some imbalance and impurity between you and that person. So I've realized that this is what happened, and my old self would have done what I wanted to do, and with that no, carrying the guilt because it felt guilty when another person perceived me as bad, not helping. But what I did, I actually went to my room, sat on the meditation pillow, and invited myself to go deeper. And I started asking myself, what is it all about? Where is it coming from? And I started feeling this old patterns of energy of being manipulated in life, not knowing who I am, therefore not being able to make any decisions, not being able to say yes or no, because either way, my answer would have not been respected. If I said yes to something I don't want, I'm not fully present for that person. And if I say no, I'm sabotaging my relationship with that person. Therefore, I've noticed so many times in my life that I've had this and I couldn't really say yes and I couldn't really say no. And while I was trying to say both, experimenting, but it never felt truly satisfying and like, yes, this is me and I own it. I mean, there were a few times recently that they were satisfying and respected, but there is still this energy of manipulation and even not being needed and wanted, not being a good person. So as I sat in this energy, my whole body started to shake and move. I started crying, my jaw started shaking. So I was releasing some profound trauma from my body. And what I also realized is how in the past, when the trauma would be reactivated, I would have panicked and I would have wanted to push it away or stop it. I wouldn't know what to do with it. But here I was present, and here was the trauma that I was experiencing: tears, jaw shaking, body shaking, sounds coming out from my body, like some movements. I even at some point was hitting the pillow, but at the same time, I was so truly anchored in my presence. And I was like, I am doing this, but I'm not actually doing this. I'm allowing it to be done, but I'm also present while allowing it to be done, if that makes sense. If you've experienced something similar, please let me know in the comments below. And at some point, because it was happening for a long time, at some point I took my phone and I received a message from that person: I don't want anything from you anymore. And that provoked even more energy and ignited so much more anger and fire within me. And I was like, wow. And it was building and building. It lasted all probably about just under an hour, let's say, probably 50 minutes or so. But at some point during this process, I felt such a tremendous gratitude. I was like, wow, I'm so grateful that this incident, if we can call it that, happened, because it activated this pattern within me that otherwise I would have been carrying for another months, years, who knows. And I could witness myself in it, acknowledge it, and just be with what was at that time. And I also observed that my mind wanted me to make up a story, like from what is happening within me right now. My mind wanted me to make the other person guilty of making me feel this way, or like project my feelings onto the person. And I was like, what's this? Like, I'm clearing this. I'm clearly aware that this is another layer of the stories that I've been telling myself and I've been doing. It's like, if someone hurt me, my mind is like, yeah, like, make them now feel guilty that they've done something. But it's not about anyone doing anything, right? Because if I live my life believing and anchoring in I'm the creator of my reality, everyone is a representation of my unconscious mind, everyone is here just showing me what is within me, it's revealing to me. And if I start to project and deny and make them guilty, then I'm going back into the same loop that I've been in. So this process was really, really liberating, really transforming. And I saw how, because I felt manipulated, then I wanted to manipulate another being, right? And it felt so much lighter when this process went into a completion, and I was able to calm down and just dwell in my own presence, in my own lightness, in my own being. And yeah, it just felt so freeing, such a tremendous freedom from acknowledging this and allowing myself to disentangle from any stories that I have been living in. If you want to go deeper into yes and no, I have created an ebook that you can download it underneath this video. Your Body Knows Sacred Yes and No ebook. And yeah, feel free to share with me your stories, your experiences, or how you resonate with what I am sharing here. Thank you for being here. And yeah, until next time. Bye.